I wish Excel would let me create a waterfall chart on the fly in a minute or less. This is the Nutility that allows you to do that. You can find a quick description of it on the Utilities menu under Charts, Waterfall. So I'm going to quickly run you through how to do a waterfall chart in less than a minute. And then don't worry if you don't catch everything, because I'll run through it slower on the second go through. But let's really quick take a look at how you do it fast. So if I hit the key combination, Control-Alt-Shift-H, I'll be met with a screen. It's just asking me do I need to set up a sheet to do this? And since I don't have one created, the answer is yes. So I hit OK. I'm met with this sheet. And if I fill it in correctly, it'll help me create a chart. First thing I need to fill in is the chart title. So I'm going to call this 2017 to 2018, because that's what I'm going to compare. We're going to start at 2017, and the starting value, let's say we had 100. Then let's say I had my alpha P&L, which brought me up $10. Then I had my beta P&L, which took me down $5. And then I had a Charlie P&L, which, let's say that one took me up $3. Now I could fill in all the way down to 15 categories, but let's just do a quick, simple one first. And then what is my ending name? My ending name is 2018. Quickly, I'm happy with everything that's filled in. Hit clear, create chart. And on a new sheet, you are met with the data placed correctly with the formulas you'll need for the chart, and then an actual waterfall or bridge chart. And if I take a quick look at this chart, you can see that the first item is 2017, and there's 100. And you can see myself walking across till I get to 2018 and a total of 108, which is the total of the differences that I put in. So the sum of everything that I had put in is 108. And we have 108 here, and here's the changes getting walked by each P&L. This could be P&L, it can be whatever you want. The categories can be named anything you like. Now that I've shown you how you can create a waterfall chart in less than a minute, let's take a look at that in slower motion. So to start with, I hit Control-Shift-Alt and H. And let me actually do that here. Control-Shift-Alt-H. And I'm met with a screen asking if I want to create a setup sheet. Assuming you hit this and actually want to create a setup sheet, hit OK. Otherwise, you can hit Cancel. So I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to create us a new sheet. It's called this Net Waterfall Chart Setup, and this is the setup sheet. Now, you can see it's got a 2 here. That's because I already have one of these in this file. If I was to create another setup sheet while this one exists, it would say the same thing except a 3, and so on for as many as you want to create. Although I can't imagine why you'd want a bunch of these in your workbook. To start with, let's go over what my colors mean. Gray cells are cells that you do not want to change. With black items are usually descriptions or labels, and anything in blue is me giving you instructions. Yellow cells are where you can actually enter values. To start with, the instructions here tell you don't change anything on the sheet except the yellow values, and of the yellow values, the dark yellows are required, and these light yellow ones are optional. I do have some light error checking built into this utility. So for example, once you're ready, if you hit this click create chart button, if you don't have things filled out correctly, it'll tell you there's an error, and it'll try to tell you what the error is. Here it's telling me I don't have any of the dark yellow cells filled in, so that's a problem. So let's go ahead and fill these in. So chart title, we're going to call this 2018 versus 2017, because that's what I'm walking, 2017 to 2018. The name category, I'm going to call the starting category 2017, and what's the value of that? So when I built this, my vision was that you'd actually want to link up different worksheets to your chart. So to that end, I actually have these 3 test sheet P&Ls, So on each of these 3 sheets, they're all identical except for the values. And so on this alpha sheet, I just have 2018, 2017, the net income at the beginning or at the end of the year, and then the year-over-year change. So like this change is actually 2018 less 2017, which gives me an increase of 0.3. And I have the same thing on these 3 sheets. So the way I envision this is I'm going to want to link up my chart to those sheets. So my starting value would actually be the sum of the net income in 2017 for each of these 3 P&Ls. So I'm just going to go ahead and link that up. So that gives me a sum of 16.7 billion as my starting point for 2017. Or that's the ending value of 2017, but my starting point for 2018 really. And then what am I going to call this first category? I guess I'll just call it alpha, call the next one beta, and the final one omegatron. And I'm just following the names of each of the P&Ls. And then the change year over year is what I want to add here. So this is the category change in value. So I'm going to go ahead and link these up to the 3 sheets. So alpha sheet is this. And then link up beta. Oh, if you were paying attention, I just messed that up. I actually chose the wrong box on that last one. So let me do that one more time. Equals year over year 18. So down 500K. And let's do the final one. Same thing. And then all I need to do, like I've left you all these optional cells, so you could fill in a lot more categories if you want to. Like if you had 12 more P&Ls, you could link them all up here. Since I only have 3, I'm going to leave those blank. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in my ending name, which is we're walking to 2018. Now that this is all filled in, I can go ahead and hit create chart. Now out spits another sheet with the title, the chart title name, and then this WF chart. And on this sheet, I moved over all the values that you had on the setup sheet, which is still there. Here, I use the same sort of color scheme that I used before. Yellow cells you can enter values into. Gray cells are actually headers here. And blue cells are formula cells. So these are formulas that were added to make this chart work. You see over here, we have the chart like before, and all the walk items just like you'd expect to see. Now, if you ever wanted to change the name of your chart, you could easily come in here, and if I wanted to change it to 2017 to 2018, because I like the sound of that better, you'll notice the chart changes accordingly. And you're free to change the rest of these yellow values too. To start with, I want you to notice that in the values, those formulas actually got transferred over to this file. So now this chart is all nicely linked up to those 3 P&L sheets. At this point, assuming you're happy with your chart, you're free to delete the setup sheet because this sheet is now all linked up and contained all within itself. Now let's say that you add some new P&L sheets and you need to put them onto this and get them charted. I've left you those extra blank categories on the sheet and they're hidden in these grouped rows. And you can see that the chart only shows whatever rows are visible. So right now you can see I've got all those extra hidden ones showing. When I collapse it, they disappear. So we could, in theory, just add a couple more walk items to this thing. So we'll just add 1 and then call it add 2. And let's say that this one went up 5, or well, that one went up 5 and this one went down 4. And all the formulas are already filled in for you. Don't mess with these. And now I just want to take those out of these group rows so that I can collapse it again. So to take them out, I go to data, ungroup, and you can see they're not part of the group, collapse it. And now those 2 additional items are being charted. I could, of course, link these up to other sheets if any new sheets existed.